Hi guys, welcome to another Chill Tuesday. We're getting Christmassy today because, you know, it's closer to Christmas time. And what I've decided to do today up here in the studio is wrap some presents and talk to you about how I'm going to be spending Christmas. Because I know that before you guys have you know, enjoyed just the videos where I'm kind of just absent-mindedly rambling while I'm doing something. And yeah, seemed like a good a time as any. Although I'm going to ruin the magic a bit and tell you that they're not real presents. I have supportive friends, so if any of them were watching this channel and I was wrapping their present, they'd know I got them. So what I have is just a couple of boxes from around the house, like this Charmander. I have a set of 3 of these. See, I've also got a Squirtle and Bulbasaur. They're not in the box for any particular reason. I keep meaning to open them, but just decided against it in the end. But they're these like really nicely defined like vinyl figures that are actually like really nice, like they're nicely saturated and stuff. They're apparently called Pokemon Select. It's cool. I like the box as well. It's good and reflective and stuff. Yeah. It says this is Series 1. So I assume maybe there's going to be more Pokemon Select figures in the future. Maybe I should leave them in the box. Did I switch these round accidentally? Well, now we're wrapping Bulbasaur. So, are you guys, how badly has COVID like affected your Christmas? Do you know what I mean? Has it like massively derailed things? Because I was planning to spend Christmas Day with friends anyway. A couple of times now we've, say a couple of times, it started last year that Ben and I have been spending Christmas with friends instead of family. And it was actually really, really fun. I'm ruining this as I try and find the perfect way to wrap it without wasting too much paper. I should just do it, shouldn't I? But yeah, it just turned out to be so fun spending it with friends. It was really chilled out. There wasn't any travel or anything like that. Normally we have to travel a fair ways to see family, and there was none of that. There was no you know, 5-hour car journeys or anything. So it was good. And also to be able to, like, you know, start setting our own traditions and stuff like that. Watch what we wanted to watch, do what we wanted to do. Didn't have to watch the football. But we started early. We had a good Christmas lunch. We watched silly films. We had like a group nap, like a couple of hours or so after dinner, because we were all just so full and a little bit like, I don't know, slightly drunk, but like just slightly, just enough for it to be the point where you get drowsy rather than silly. So it all contributed to us just sort of like killing half an hour by falling asleep on the sofa. Maybe I'll keep these wrapped up under the tree and unwrap them myself on Christmas Day. Try and forget what I did. I am quite proud of my present wrapping. I do it very neatly. It's one of those things where, like, I know I'm good at it, but also because I'm good at it, Ben always wants me to wrap presents for people when we're gifting. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, am I really good at this? Or am I good at this in the way that my mum used to tell me I was really good at making a cup of tea so that I would do it all the time? She used to tell me like, oh, this is such a good cup of tea. You're so good at this. And as an adult now, I realise that like I probably just made a cup of tea, and she would tell me that so that I would make more tea. So if you're watching this, Mum, I've got you rumbled. I figured it out now that I'm an adult. And you won't get away with it anymore now. Although now I'm a guest at her house, so she would never let me make my own cup of tea, ever. Right. She used to tell me I was really good at ironing as well. I've got you pegged, Mum. I figured you out. Figured you out. No one's really good at ironing. I mean, some people are bad at ironing, I'll give you that. Probably shouldn't have, it's going to need to be trimmed a bit, so probably shouldn't have glued that there, but. I like getting wrapping neat. I like doing it good. I used to like it looking so neat that I would tape down all the edges. And then I quickly learned, after giving a few gifts of my own as an adult, that people hate that. People hate that. You can't tape down the edges. People hate that. So now I just always have a trusty tape dispenser. And I just stick down the edges ever so neatly with just little squares of tape. So there's always plenty of places to get in it. But I like, you know, my embellishments. Maybe I'll use some ribbons here and there and stuff. There we go. I'll tell you what, like, I was quite resistant for a long time about buying a tape dispenser. Don't ask me why. For reasons I don't know why. And ever since I got one, it's changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. If you've never had a tape dispenser, get one. How many more hours of your life are you gonna waste trying to find the end of that roll? How many more hours? I think I'm getting chattier than I am being relaxing. Maybe I need to work on that. Like the video where I was painting my nails. I feel like it was quieter, so I was more chilled. But I'm hearing like the noise of rapping and matching that noise level. So there it is. My first wrapped present. Oh my God, you got me a present. That's so brilliant. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I'll put it under the tree. I'll put it under the tree and I'll open it on Christmas Day. Thank you. Now let's wrap this. It is empty. Totally empty. We already have had the Switch Lite for a long time. I don't remember when though. What did we buy it for? Oh, we bought a Switch Lite so that both me and Ben could play Pokemon. Because I have an original Switch. I have a normal Switch. That's the one that I stream from. When I stream off of it, I used to stream Animal Crossing. Yeah. It was one of those things where we bought it and we were like, right, this we'll keep for as long as we're enjoying Pokemon, and then we'll give it back. We'll sell it. We'll resell it. We'll sell it to CEX because the money we lose on it, which will be like maybe 50 to 80 quid in value, whatever, we would pay that so that we could play Pokemon together. Do you know what I mean? If someone had come up to us and said, 50 quid, 80 quid, and you can both play Pokemon together at the same time, we would have been like, deal. Absolutely, deal. So yeah, we bought a Switch Lite, even though we already had a Switch. And then, lo and behold, we ended up using it quite a bit. Like, then we both had a Switch for when Animal Crossing came out, and we would play Animal Crossing together. It meant we had, we both played Spiritfarer together as well. There was about a week or so in lockdown where we spent our evenings sitting together on the sofa with a cup of tea, playing Spiritfarer. Very relaxing, chilled out game. If you haven't played it yet, I would highly, highly recommend it. It's very good. Very emotional, very emotional. I haven't finished it or been back to it, but I have a bad habit of that. Of like really selling a game to everyone who will listen. And they'll be like, did you finish it? No. And then is it really that good? Yeah. And it's not super pricey either, Spiritfarer. Because I think it's an indie game. I don't know. But it's really, really good. Really good. Very emotional. Tells a good tale. It's about like found family and stuff. And, you know, that's, I think, something that's very Christmassy. I can't wait for the first time we watch The Grinch, if I'm honest, this Christmas. Because The Grinch is an amazing Christmas film. So campy, so cheesy, so fun, so silly. Big fan of The Grinch. Did you hear that Jim Carrey had to have like a CIA torture expert teach him how to endure being in the costume? Crazy. Crazy. I didn't have to do that for Benedict Cumberbatch. I haven't seen that new Grinch. I'm sure it's just as moderate as every other Illumination film. But then I found stuff like Despicable Me I liked more than I thought I would when I finally got around to watching it. I think all animation films are normally just so pleasant, aren't they? They're just so nice to... just so nice to enjoy. They're so nice to fill your time with. I keep meaning to watch that, is it To the Moon or something like that? Someone on Twitter recently shared like a musical scene from it with some incredible costuming and stuff. With like the Queen of the Moon. But blow me down if I've totally forgotten the name of the film. Blow me down. Put the stick there so that it doesn't move off of itself. I'll tell you what, one of my favourite animated movies is for sure Kubo and the Two Strings. I'm just such a big fan of that film. I love it. To think as you're watching it as well, the fact that they were real models that were being animated on scene, like just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Like some of the fight scenes and stuff like that, and like the choreography that must have been involved with that. To make sure the models were in the right place and that the right leaves were blowing and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just incredible. Incredible. I follow a guy on TikTok, I forget his name, who has done animation for Studio Leica. And it's super interesting to follow him and see the process, the stuff he does. He's got a couple of time lapses on there of him like moving stuff in live action for the scenes he's done on because he's done scenes on Kubo and stuff like that, which is cool. This has very quickly become not much of a talk about Christmas. What do I like to eat at Christmas? I don't really like mince pies. Because I think I prefer like chocolate desserts and stuff like that really, or fruit. I don't know, like there's something about mince pies that... For me? You didn't have to do that. Oh, thank you so much. I'll put that under my tree and then I'll open it on Christmas Day. So favourite Christmas snacks. For me, Christmas is a lot more about drinks, like, you know, an amaretto and Coke and stuff, because there's always just every snack around at Christmas, isn't there? Like nuts and sweets and cakes and stuff. I make a mean sticky toffee pudding, so I'm going to need to get on that soon. It's Nigella's recipe. And so this will be very useful once I've made that. It is a Ring Fit Adventure. Obviously, again, box is empty, totally empty. Yeah. We bought this because the second lockdown, it's now winter, gyms are closed. Well, sorry, those things aren't related, but when we went into the second lockdown, it meant that all the gyms were closed. And it meant that this time we would be in lockdown in winter. So outdoors is very unpleasant, it's very cold, it gets dark very quickly. So it just meant that it was not going to be a pleasant time to be exercising outside of the garden. Not a pleasant time at all. And that's if it wasn't raining. How much it rains in the winter here. So we decided, because our gym was closed, they cancelled a month's worth of our membership. So we didn't have to pay that. So that was in total about £40 we'd saved. So that meant that we could put that money towards something else. So although Ring Fit is about £80, I think, to us, we were thinking like, well, this is half that, right? It's like £40 because of the money we've saved from not signing up for the gym. So I'm sure once we've eaten all those Christmas snacks, oh, this piece of paper is too small. So what I'm going to do is use a scrap beneath these two layers to bridge the sellotape. I'll do that sometimes if I'm wrapping regular presents, because then if you do need to put an extra sheet on to cover the lines, at least the sheet underneath is like, it's got tension, right? Okay, so I've used one of the off-cut strips to bridge the gap. You can see that? I'm very clever, aren't I? Very clever. Such a clever boy. But this does mean that our edges are going to be a little bit weird, but that's okay. How are we going to go about this? So I just need to push them in differently, I think. This time it'll be top and bottom at the same time. There we go. By pushing in the side. what we in the wrapping business call the old push in from the side fold. Push in from the sides to create a triangle on the top and bottom fold. That's what they call it. Or shorthand, it's the push. So, you know, when you're in the community, if you're like at a gift wrapping convention or something, you just be like, oh, what did you wrap with this year? And I'll be like, oh, the push, you know. And they'll be like, oh, didn't the edges meet around the present? Was the piece of paper too small? And I'll be like, bang on, mate. You know me better than I know myself. That's why I come to this convention every year. And whoever it is, they will say, I know. That's why I reserve you a place here in the cafeteria where we're having this conversation, where we come every year for our pasta parcels. Because obviously, like, the food would be present themed. And just know. Anyone in your family who's good at gift wrapping, you say to them, like, did you see Jake at the convention this year? And they'll be like, oh, right, yeah, that push Jake, yeah. Coiner of the push, yeah. Creator of the now most commonly used technique in formal wrapping. Yeah, I know him. I'll hate him, they say. They all hate me, they're jealous. It's one of those industries, isn't it? There's no ceiling, you can climb as high as you can go in wrapping, but like, it does make people jealous. Jealousy is ugly. Oh, and get some nice tension on that then, and reset that. What was I talking about before I started lying? Let's just say Christmas, which is a time for all of our best lies, right? I think this Christmas is going to be a good one. I have a guilt around indulging in the lifting of the lockdown rules for the 5 days of Christmas that we're getting. But the people I'm spending Christmas with are all like just couples like me and Ben are. So that in terms of overlap with other people, it's very minimal. So like, I guess I'll just try and just enjoy Christmas the way we have it, right? I know that we're being sensible and following the rules, so not going to let it spoil my Christmas. Oh, we shouldn't have. Oh, it's big. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. I'll put this under my tree, and I'll open it on Christmas Day. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. I feel so spoiled today. So, that's all the things that I'd prepped to wrap, and if you like these relaxing videos, I've got a playlist of them. If you like just having me on in the background, you know, hanging out with me. And yeah. Okay, bye.